This week we are living with the Mercedes S63 AMG, and oh boy is this thing epic and quite heavily optioned. This one specifically is $229,000. It has all the luxury, all the power, everything, and we're kicking off the week by taking a road trip up to Toronto. Angel and I have a family celebration up there, so a road trip time, and we've got our massage seats going. We'll listen to the Burmester sound system, and this thing should be a pretty phenomenal road trip car. Goodbye, Michigan, crossing over the Ambassador Bridge into Canada. Got the Detroit skyline over there, going over the Detroit River.
Going back to your favorite place.
Tim Hortons. Long, late drive, but we have arrived, checked into the hotel, and now time to park the S63. Ooh, this is actually kind of tight. A couple more revs. All right, with that, I'm gonna get some rest. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Welcome to downtown Toronto, and we have a lot of errands to run. Angel has a hair appointment because we have wedding photos later. Hello, S63. Yes, this thing looks so baller. Here you go, honey. I actually really like the chrome wheels on this. It just works on a big flagship luxury land yacht. Soft closed doors, of course. AMG logo greets us. Starts in all electric mode. Ooh, look at the reflection. It's always so cool seeing the reflection of what you're driving in the windows when you're in a big city. Haha, this thing looks so cool. What do you think of the S63, honey?
I think it's pretty nice. This is definitely high up there on the want list.
We've got some free EV charging, and the S63 is now an e-performance model, which means you can plug it in. So let's get some free electrons. Why not? So this side is charging door. All right. Thank goodness, 10,411 kilowatt hours available. I don't think I would need quite that much. All right, green light. That should mean charging. Woohoo! There we go. Plug-in hybrid S63, saving the environment. Not actually kidding. This is simply for power and flexibility. Just an hour plugged in here. Puts us at 37%, 2 miles of range. Obviously, quite slow, and we did not park very long. I got 2.6 kilowatt hours. Angel got her hair done. It looks so pretty.
Thanks, hon.
You look beautiful.
Thanks.
No, just don't mess it up.
Yeah, I'm really nervous not to.
You gotta like float your head and don't like put it on the headrest. And we're kind of matching twins with this Ferrari Roma. Similar shade of a metallic blue. That'd be a cool two-car solution. A Roma and an S63, although the hilarious thing is this is more powerful. Is that an S8? That's an S8 over there too. Yeah, this has like way more torque than a Roma does. Hybrid power. So when we are driving around in pure electric mode, you see this little cold engine warning up there, because when the engine does fire up, when you run out of electric range, it would be a full cold start, even if you're at freeway speeds, for example. But you see we have 14 miles of range, plugged it in, it charged pretty well, actually charged the full, and it showed, I think, 17 miles. And welcome to downtown Toronto traffic. We are trying to get out of the city to go get some dim sum, but traffic is not cooperating. At least we're in a comfortable car. Hey, Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Turn on the massage seats.
I'm switching on the massage for you.
Oh, just for me. Oh no. No massage for you. Mercedes doesn't. Do you want massage?
Big sad. Yes, I do.
Hey, Mercedes. Turn on the passenger. No. Hey, Mercedes.
How can I help?
Turn on the passenger massage seat. My wife would like massage.
Oh yeah, you're right. There is a marathon going on or something.
Ah, that's why there's traffic.
Yeah.
Look at all you people being active on an early day running. You have a medal. Good job. That means you survived. I would have died. As we sit here in our $230,000 S-Class enjoying a massage, they're out in the cold running.
On our way to stuff our faces with dim sum.
Yes. Different life choices. We're down to the fuel reserve, so it's time to fill up the S-Class with some good old Canadian gasoline. Because we have a plug-in hybrid, there is an additional toggle button right there for depressurizing, opening up the fuel door. Now we are open. Still have a fuel filler cap. After a long drive back from Toronto, the S63 was pretty filthy, so we stopped by Out of Office Garage, got the car washed nice and clean. Gonna go ahead and throw my backpack in the back. It's kind of overkill putting a backpack back here when you have this crazy executive second row seat package. So the 4-seat configuration. We'll crawl back here and show you guys what this thing has to offer for the ultra VIP customers in the back, right? Soft closed doors, and this paint, Mystic Blue paint, $6,500 option. This thing, guys, the window sticker is utterly ridiculous. I've taken up Uber duties for the one and only Syed.
Shouldn't I be in the back?
That's true. You should sit in the back.
Let me jump in the back.
Executive second row. Here, let me move the seat out of the way for you, sir. So you had one of these when it first came out.
Correct.
What did you think of it?
Love it.
Loved it?
Loved it.
So you have to buy this or a used Flying Spur?
This.
This or a Ghost? Used Ghost.
How am I using the car?
You are daily driving it and occasionally being driven on a long road trip.
This. I can't get away with driving a Ghost.
Yeah?
The Ghost is sick.
It's baller, yeah.
But it's there's a presence with a Ghost that you don't necessarily want every day.
That's true. It does get attention. Not that this thing is subtle at all.
It is subtle.
No, it's not.
Dude, it looks like an S-Class. There is not much unless you're looking that the normal person will be like, oh, that's not just a regular
This
S-Class.
thing's got those crazy blinging multi-spoke chrome wheels. The one inside's got
That's
those
what
giant
we
monoblocks.
noticed.
You
Well,
think
no,
really
those aren't factory.
Those aren't
That
factory?
thing's on-
That thing looks sick.
That's lowered on 22.
There's a matte black S63 in there.
Hold on. Jeeves, how do I make my footrest work?
Isn't it the little thing up there?
Is this thing on yet?
Yeah, it's on. All right, we're making things happen. The leg rest is coming out. All right, VIP treatment.
All right.
I don't even know where I'm going. Now that the car is nice and clean, let's check out the S63 AMG. So when it comes to the S-Class, let's just say you want to go up a tier. You want to upgrade from your regular base S-Class. You essentially have two different options. You can either go for the AMG version like this one, or you go for the Maybach, which is ultra luxurious, as if a regular S-Class isn't already crazy luxurious, but the Maybach truly is the next level. But with the AMG version, it's going to be much more sporty, aggressive, performance focused, and I think they do a very good job differentiating the personality from a styling standpoint. So for the S63, we have the AMG specific front grille with the vertical slats. We have an AMG logo right there and the big 3-pointed star. The lower fascia is also unique, more aggressive with these larger openings. It really ties in with the other Mercedes AMG front ends, just much more aggressive looking and also functional too. Plenty of openings for airflow and cooling because, of course, we still have a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 under the hood. Right here we go to the AMG Crest 2 AMG logo instead of the Mercedes logo, a little hood ornament. I don't think a hood ornament really fit the look and feel of this AMG version. And something else I really like about the spec on this one are the wheels. We have these 21-inch AMG forged multi-spoke wheels in the polished chrome look, and it really just ties in the overall spec. It's like a classy, sporty, aggressive spec with all these silver accents around the trim and the wheels. And take a look at these brakes. You can option carbon ceramic brakes on the S63, which is pretty crazy given it's a huge, luxurious sedan. But even these regular brakes are enormous with massive calipers. And then we have the V8 Biturbo E Performance badge. So all S63s are plug-in hybrid E Performance. V8 Biturbo, a familiar 4-liter twin-turbo V8 found in many Mercedes AMG models. That on its own makes like 600-ish horsepower. But then you couple that with the electric motor, you get a combined total system output of 791 horsepower and 1,055 pound-feet of torque. Those are some utterly ridiculous figures. I mean, over 1,000 pound-feet of torque is wild. You also have AMG specific side skirts right here. See more of that silver accenting. I just think the spec works so well. The rear doors, I think, are longer than the front doors, which really works for big executive luxury sedans. And now coming around back, we have the AMG logo right there. On the other side, the S63 logo gets the red accenting for E-Performance. And of course, the outboard quad exhaust tips, the trapezoidal shaped exhaust tips with like a little bit of fluting around the edge, these little indents, AMG logo, and they are functional exhaust tips. You also have a little bit of a diffuser here, and you can option a lot of this stuff in carbon fiber, but this one here has the polished silver chrome finish, really just ties it in together very nicely. Now, I have to admit, when this new S-Class first came out, I didn't love the styling. I was like, why does it look like a giant CLA? But it's definitely grown on me, and the AMG specific touches definitely help. I think that's also true of the previous generation S-Classes. If you look at a previous gen non-AMG Pack 1, it just looks a little too soft and curvy. It needs a little bit more of that aggression to really make it look good. But this thing, this S63, the spec on this one has been great. The design, it looks good. I've been a huge fan of looking at this thing all week. In the garage, in the driveway, driving around. Also, check this out. You hear the sirens out there. There's a plane overhead. We're gonna close the door. Gone. The way the S-Class is able to isolate you from the outside world is amazing. You're just in this cocoon of silence. It's so nice. All right, go ahead, turn on. I am hungry, so it is time to head home. It's been a very long and exhausting couple of days, so...
Hello, test driver.
Hello, Mercedes. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my massage seats. Let's see, what do I want? Classic wave, deep waves, deep workout, hot relaxing back, hot relaxing shoulders, mobilizing massage, activating massage, workout backrest, workout cushion. I will do mobilizing massage. We'll go ahead and turn that on. Let's see, CarPlay should boot right up. We are gonna head home, get some food, and relax for the rest of the night. Soft close doors. And then, ooh, cold start. But a cold start is electric mode. But we'll go ahead and toggle into sport. And that fires up the V8. There we go. Let me take you on a quick tour of the interior of this S63 AMG because it is pretty freaking phenomenal and also very expensive. This like exclusive Manufaktur interior was a $10,500 option. We have like $12,000 of executive rear seat package here. And I mean, the spec looks awesome. The details, materials, tech, really, really impressive. So the basics, we have a larger screen here for your infotainment, Mercedes-Benz UX. It's very familiar if you've been in any latest generation Mercedes systems. I've got wireless CarPlay, but we can go back home to the built-in system. It is a touchscreen here. Now, some minor complaints, everything is pretty much through the touchscreen. For example, your climate, this stays all down here, and you do have to go through the touchscreen a couple times to just say, I want to turn on my massage seats. I can either use the voice assistant, or you have to tap a couple times for your massage seats and all these various different controls. I mean, there is so much to go through in terms of like the tech and feature specs. This video would be like 2 hours long if I went through every single one, but like everything can pretty much be adjusted. The side bolsters are really cool because they're the ones that support you when you take a turn. I love that in S-Classes. Angel also really likes that too. The ambient lighting, let me actually, let's maximize the brightness. Although as it's getting dark, it'll become more and more apparent. Again, there's so much on the screen to show because it's an AMG model. We have the fancy AMG specific stuff. So we're at 43% battery charge. You see the battery back there. That's why it eats some of the trunk space. And the electric motor's on the rear axle. You have the twin turbo V8 up there. That's for energy flow, drive, vehicle. Oh, this one's cool. You know, AMGs just always have, oh, I should show the animation. Wait, let me go back. AMGs always used to have the IWC dash clock, right? No longer. Everything is all digital, and they've also digitized that, which I think is a little bit of a shame. The actual, like, classy analog clock is just a cool thing, but it's a stopwatch now. Little chronograph here. Start, stop, reset. Consumption, we don't need to look at that. It's a hybrid, not for efficiency, for power. It's not super fuel efficient. But that's a quick look at the screen there. We have the digital cluster. Again, very familiar if you've been in any other AMG product. I can actually go ahead and change, let's see if I go home, the look. So there's classic, we have sport, we have, sorry, I didn't even let that load. Here is the super sport look. And go through a couple of different displays. And then track pace. Although I would pay to see somebody track an S63 AMG. I'm sure it'd be very capable, but like, don't you have a GT3 RS or something if you can own one of these things? Anyways, we've got the rotary dials, very familiar in other AMG models, right? This one changes your drive mode, and you can also reconfigure this one. This is for suspension dampers right now and the sound, but if I tap this, there is like the transmission, AMG dynamics, traction control, so you can reconfigure all of those with these little toggles, but you can also adjust what you want them to show. If I go to settings, select, so I can essentially vary what's up here. I can change the list, I can add things, I can make it raise vehicle level, I can make it turn on my, I believe massage driver, right? So if I want to, whatever you want to toggle in this list, you can add it to these little reconfigurable dials right there, which is pretty nifty. And then we have the fixed paddle shifters, leather steering wheel, the double spokes with the little swipey touch stuff. Something I really like is this wood trim with the aluminum inlay. I think that was also a special option. Everything on this car was option. It's very, very, very expensive. We have the Alcantara headliner, the double moonroofs back there, and then the upgraded 4D Burmester sound system, which is also another couple $1,000s, but the speaker grills light up and they like rotate out when it's on and running. We of course have heated, cooled massage seats. I can use this to control the passenger seat. This is the little like touchy dials that you use to adjust everything, and there's just quilted leather covering every surface. There is still some piano black, right? If I were to close this, that is all just piano black, although I usually just leave this open to put wireless phone charger, various things in the center console, cup holders. We have the Manufaktur, a lot of exclusive options on this thing, but we should go hop in the back seat. All right. So this is the seat you want to be driven in. So let's go ahead and hop in. Oh boy. We'll shut this massive door, let it gently latch. All right, let's put our, oh, thank you. It just presented me the seatbelt, but I'm not going anywhere right now. Privacy shields, because this screen back here is pretty much just a repeat of the infotainment screen up there, which is pretty cool. I can go to comfort. I can turn on my massage seat. Wait, did that say calf massage? That's interesting. Let's see. I can change various seat settings here, seat positioning. Oh, wow. Okay, you can like recline, incline that. What does this do? Positioning seat. Ah! Okay, there we go. Front seat is moving all the way out of the way for my executive second row experience. Headrest is dropping down. All right, so there's a little footrest down here, looks like. I've got a little storage there. I've got a padded leg rest here. Can I make this go out? All right, I'm extending the leg rest. And now if that screen is too far away to reach, you know, it's still a little difficult right now. Got a little tablet in the middle, which is a repeat of what's up there. So now I have it handheld here. I can control everything from this tablet too. My seat comfort, the lighting, massage, all the different settings there, seat control, seat climate control. I could change the heating, I can change the heating balance. I have, wait, switch on headroom heating? My goodness. Panel heating, so that's like the armrests. I can turn that on and off. Heating balance. Whoa. There's like vibration happening in the calf rest. So this tablet goes right there. We have another wireless phone charger here. This is just the 4-seat configuration. I've got my backpack here on this side. And you see the nice squishy headrest pillow there. That's actually very nice. You could recline the seat, just this cascade of the wood with the aluminum inlay. Now this one doesn't have the refrigerator, so no champagne flutes being chilled in this one. Optional available. I know the Maybach exists, but like this is already so impressive back here. Like the Maybach is definitely really nice, but This S63 AMG with this crazy executive second row seat packaging is absolutely no slouch. And then you have the fact that it makes 791 horsepower and 1,055 pound-feet of torque. Like, yeah, this would be a fantastic way to travel across the country, riding back here in comfort. All right, sadly, I do need to get out of this rear seat and go do some driving. We have the metal Burmester speaker grills everywhere. I do really like the big one up there. That's cool. And then we have headphones in the back for your entertainment. This is such a nice place to be. Like, the leg rest actually makes a big difference. It's very padded and comfortable. A different angle, letting you see what it looks like back here when you recline. Actually, let's go all the way back. Is that all the way back? I think that's all the way back. Yeah. All right, let's go for a bit of a drive. So we start off in all electric mode, silent EV mode in the S-Class. So you see it says EL there, electric mode. The battery is not enormous, but it's also not tiny. It's about 13 kilowatt hours. I believe around 10-ish is usable. And I think the EPA rates it at 16 miles. I've seen around 16 to 17 miles on a full charge. We're currently showing 4 miles of all electric range. So it's usable to get around, but they really also prioritize ensuring that we still always have electric power. So you're not going to ever truly drain it completely down. It'll maintain some, and there's also different levels of regen braking. The hybrid integration on this car is actually really cool. So the electric motor is situated on the rear axle, and it actually doesn't run through the 9-speed automatic transmission. It's not like built into that and paired with the engine. It actually has its own independent 2-speed automatic transmission. So essentially changes gear at 87 miles an hour to optimize the power output of the electric motor as it reaches its top speed there. So at 87 miles an hour, it'll gear up. And because of the fact that it's independent from the transmission, you get various things like you get a electric all-wheel drive. So you can still have all-wheel drive when electric mode, and it just makes it a little bit more responsive, better to deliver the power, torque vectoring with the differential. Like, it's got so much capability, and they like to say Formula One derived technology for the battery pack and the hybrid. And yes, Formula One cars have this kind of tech, and of course the OEMs that are involved in Formula One are going to want to tout all the technology that trickle down, and there's probably some amount of truth to it. It's also kind of funny when you think about, yes, this massive $200,000+ luxury sedan has F1 technology in it, but it is definitely a fairly impressive amount of engineering. So if we toggle up into comfort, that's just kind of the all-rounded mode. We're still in full electric mode right now. We have range to use. But if we keep going up to Sport and Sport Plus, jeez. I mean, seriously, over 1,000 pound-feet of torque, a 4-digit torque number, 4-digit horsepower torque number used to be like you had to buy a Bugatti to get to that level. And I know in today's day and age, when electric cars can easily make this kind of power, maybe it's not as impressive, and I know this one is hybridized, but it's just pretty ridiculous. So how does this compare to other options if you want to spend this kind of money? I mean, you could cross shop this with a used Bentley Continental Flying Spur, and that will be a step up in terms of like the details, the materials. It's a little bit more over the top because after all, it is a Bentley. Or like a Rolls-Royce Ghost. You could really compare a lightly used Ghost, the Bentley, to a brand new S63 AMG, because this thing is pretty expensive. Now, if you want to buy those things new, I mean, a Bentley or a Ghost is going to be $100,000 to $200,000 more expensive than the S63. It is truly the next tier up. The Rolls is not going to drive anything like this. Rolls-Royce definitely is the most wafty. That's a car you are buying to really cruise around or be driven in. The Bentley, they definitely drive a bit better, especially with the newer generations. And they're like a Panamera platform car now, so they actually have a dual clutch transmission. So I think the Bentley is probably closer in terms of driving dynamics. Now, in the realm of more normal executive luxury performance sedans like this one, BMW has gone to electric. So we have spent time with the i7 M70, which is also ridiculous, but it's all EV, so different personality, still really quick. The interior is really, really nice. It feels more kind of modern edge. You have the theater screen and like I had the wool interior on the one that I was driving, and lots of screens and tech. This still balances more of like the classy luxury feel with the wood trim and things like that, but they're all very, very tech-filled, right? Luxury, tech, creature comforts. Audi has the S8, but I haven't driven the latest S8, but my perception is it doesn't quite match up with this tier of the S63 AMG, the i7 M70, or you go up obviously to the Bentley and the Rolls Royce. You really can't go wrong when you're shopping at this price point. I think honestly the biggest decision is, do you want a super sporty S-Class or do you want ultra luxury? Like the Maybach is also absolutely crazy. It's like a first class jet experience on the ground. Like that rear seat is fancy, but in a Maybach it's even fancier, if that's even possible, right? And it'll obviously be tuned to be a bit more floaty and comfortable, smooth, isolated, all of that. It's not gonna hustle through the turns like this S-Class, this S63 would. There is something about executive luxury sedans that I love. It's the fact that they do everything so well. Now, the AMG models are going to skew more towards sporty, but I have loved driving this thing this week. It makes me miss having something like my A8, driving previous generation 7 Series, S-Class. There's a reason why they're so expensive. There's a reason why some of the wealthiest people in the world like having these as their daily drivers, why executives and important people of the world get chauffeured around in an S-Class. I remember there was like a story I learned long time ago that this may or may not be true, but Mercedes allegedly, when it comes to development of the S-Class, there's no budget. It's just make the best thing possible. They tell their engineers to have at it and just do truly remarkable things. And the S-Class has piloted and developed innovations that are industry exclusive, and eventually they trickle their way down across. I think the Mercedes S-Class can claim having the first ever massage seats, and just these things that they bring for their true flagship just define the industry and then eventually work their way down to other luxury cars and then eventually mainstream cars. And it's amazing getting to live with and drive a car like that. If that story isn't absolutely true, it at least encompasses the ethos of what this vehicle is supposed to be. It's like no compromise, just do all the things, make it the best. There's never a question of, should we do that or not? Just throw it in there. It literally has any luxury car thing this vehicle has. I can't think of anything that this does not have. It's just remarkable. Let's take this turn here. Jeez. Man, I'm hustling through here at speeds that I would do in an M5, any legit performance sedan, half this size. All right, launch control. Race start. Jeez! The seatbelt just like tightened up on me. That was launch control in the Mercedes S63 AMG. I need to do that again. And the road's damp. Look at that. There was no scrambling for traction, no drama. Foot all the way down. That is wild. That is took away my words. Is it worth the money? That's so hard to say. I mean, base price is like around $180,000, and this one has been optioned to $229,000 because somebody went absolutely crazy checking options boxes. It has so many things. It's hilarious reading window stickers on cars at this tier because you go, okay, how much do you think this costs? The sound system, the Burmester sound system. No, not enough. $6,800. How much do you think the interior package is? No, it's $10,000, right? It's just, the numbers are hilarity. This has a lot of the executive rear seat stuff. It's like executive rear seat package plus, and then some like exclusive interior stuff. The paint, I mean, was also very, very expensive. The sound system was expensive. Everything is expensive on this car. To be optioned at $229,000, we've pretty much added a lightly used E-Class in options from $180 something to almost $230,000. Is it worth it? I mean, people buy it because they have the kind of money to buy something like this. Would I take it over a base S-Class? Is it worth double the money? That is so hard to say because I'm not in that kind of financial situation. But if you want something that is an absolute monster in terms of acceleration power, it has all the luxury and tech, and it still has that twin turbo V8. So that alone would make me pick this over the BMW 7 Series competitor. I would take it over the Audi S8 because it's just another tier. A used Bentley Continental Flying Spur becomes really, really interesting. Different personalities. Syed brought up a valid point. He goes, this is still more subtle than a Bentley or a Rolls-Royce. So if you want to be a little more, it's hard to say anonymous when you're in an S-Class still, but people aren't necessarily going to know this is the AMG. You have to know you're a car enthusiast. To most people, this is just a big Mercedes. Honestly, this is shocking, right? Because I never thought it'd be possible, but there are probably people who couldn't tell the difference between a CLA and this. They'd be like, oh, it's a Mercedes car. I didn't think that was a thing until I had a friend show his girlfriend a picture of an Audi TT and a picture of my R8, and she was like, what, is there supposed to be a difference? And I was like, you can't be serious, right? So there's that argument to be made that maybe this is a little more subtle, but I mean, the spec on this one has been baller. It legitimately has turned heads. I think the blue with the silver trim and the wheels definitely stands out. It is enormously long. Most people can still tell this is a very, very expensive vehicle, but maybe not so compared to an S580. They just see two big Mercedes sedans. Yeah, it's hard to say something is worth it at this price level, but it's been remarkable to live with. It as I getting to the car every single time, like, woohoo, back in the S-Class we go. I love these things. And I'm also gonna love the depreciation because you can probably get these for in the mid to high 100s, obviously lower spec ones like this, and after a couple years they're gonna be even cheaper. I did a comparison video with my friends S63 and S550. They were about, I guess 2015 now, almost 10 years old now, but they were 75% off. They're 25% of their original MSRP. Ownership costs are still gonna be high. The components to replace, can you imagine servicing one of these things? Please take out some money from your 401k to prepare for that because it will not be cheap. And the complexity continues to climb with these cars. This active anti-roll bars, just reading the press release about, and now we have this feature, and it does it like this. And I'm like, oh, that's more little planetary gears and controllers and hydraulics and electric this and electric that. Like, sheesh. Yeah, I feel for somebody who owns this 10 years from now in terms of making sure it still works and everything. But in today's day and age, a little bit understeer. Today's day and age, and when it's brand new, yeah, this thing is nice with a warranty. You see, the rear trunk isn't massive. I have my backpack here. I push that all the way back. We had a checked suitcase and a carry-on suitcase, and it was pretty much full. The load floor is pretty high because the battery pack is pretty much level here. And then we've got, this is the charger, the wall charger, some more stuff down here. And then this left side, this is probably the subwoofer, more stuff back there. So it's not a absolutely enormous trunk on the S63. To close the trunk, you can either press the button or you can just kick under the rear bumper and it will close. There you go. Good evening, my dear.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to finish filming.
Thank you for your patience. Ready?
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I was like angling my Coke can so it wouldn't spill everywhere.
That is launch control in the S63 AMG.
That is powerful.
That is utterly ridiculous for something this big and this comfortable and all your luxury stuff in the back, right?
Yeah.
Like, ready, hon?
Oh boy. Okay. I'll
Ready?
angle my Coke
Ready?
can.
This is the wife launch control test.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my god.
That is so fast.
Wow.
That is so fast.
Launch control really elicits a lot of noises out of me that I've never made before.
All right, let me see if I can show you the headlight welcome sequence. Let's go ahead and start the car. You see that? There's like a little dance. It doesn't just turn on. Fancy. We go over to comfort. I feel like it's the menu I use the most in this vehicle. Energizing comfort. Honey, pick one. You want freshness, warmth, vitality, joy, well-being, forest glades, sea sounds, summer rain, power nap, training, or tips? Tips.
Those are a lot of options, hon.
Which one would you like?
Let's do warmth.
Warmth. Warmth.
Ooh.
Well-being.
Oh, this is well-being.
Wow.
Are there different scents?
I'm not sure.
Because the last time when we were driving to Toronto, I think I smelled something nice.
It does have, it has one little smell dispensing thing. I don't know if it has different ones inside that single one. Yeah, it's in there. We could smell it right now. Summer rain? Oh, that's cool. Now I want to take a nap in the car.
I'm halfway there.
Oh, you even have lighting up here and behind the seats. You see like the curves behind the seats?
Yeah.
Oh,
How can I help?
I didn't say anything. Cancel. You ruined it, Mercedes. What color would you like, honey?
You can do multicolor.
This is right now the multicolor. Here's racing orange. Wow. Isn't that cool? And then we have burning blue and yellow. That's pretty cool. Here is Venice pink. This feels like we're in a nightclub now.
It does.
Like, this is and then you can change it from the back too.
Oh, can I?
This is just Malibu sunset. Whoa, look, it like changes color along the strip.
That's pretty.
That's so cool. And then watch this. When you turn the temperature up or down, so if I go up, you get a little red, little animation. It goes on the passenger side, and it goes all the way around like that. That's so cool. And if you go down, it's blue. And then if you hit it a bunch of times, like right up, 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 up. Pew, 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 pew. Look at that. It's so cool. I'm gonna do up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I am easily amused. I am very much. This is so cool. Does it do the same thing in the back? Can you try to change the temperature up or down? Go to the climate screen. Oh, actually, you can use this here. Wait, let's see. Yeah, it does too.
Oh, wow. Very fancy.
I want one. Can we get one, honey?
Unfortunately, we cannot afford one right now.
Why? All right, final thoughts on the S63 AMG. Babe, what do you think?
I think this is a really nice car. It's just very comfortable, very luxurious. Lots of bells and whistles and different gadgets and gizmos that I evidently don't know how to utilize, but even like using the car driving back to Toronto, I think it was really nice just to have like the cruise control on. I was telling Eddie that the car even gives you like an alert when you're nodding off, so that's really handy if you're like really tired and you have like a really long road trip, right? So just a lot of different like safety features and things like that. I like that it was able to like switch lanes on its own, so that's really cool. But overall, a really comfortable car. I think it's really nice. I'm not sure if it's, you know, the price point is really high, obviously. So
It is very, very expensive.
but it's, I think, well worth it. I mean, if you have the money to spend on a vehicle, then I think this really is really nice.
And the flexibility is fantastic. I'm driving away in electric mode. Doesn't make it more efficient. I mean, if you're doing less than 16 miles at a time and you can plug it in and charge it, yeah, sure, you probably get really good fuel economy. But like once it's everything combined, it was like 18 mpg, maybe into the low to mid 20s on the freeway. But this is truly hybridization for the sake of performance. It is just blisteringly quick for something this big. And like S63, S65, they've always been fast, but more like the big cruiser accelerate. And like, this is another tier though. They really just turned it up. I will miss the S63 when it goes away, and it really still does all the luxuries so well. The only thing I think would top it would be spending a week with a S-Class Maybach, so that would be also quite enjoyable, different personality. But if you want the performance, the luxury, the tech, pretty much everything, you don't have to compromise or say no, except for ride. The ride quality is a little bit more on the firm side. That is literally the only downside I can think of with this car. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It was fun taking it all the way up to Toronto and back, spending lots of time with the S63. I'm sure you enjoyed it, babe.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Thanks for watching.